Hi guys, it's Megan with Vigilante Vibes, and today I want to go over episodes 3, 4, and 5 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's break it down. I'll give my review, and you guys tell me in the comments what you thought of it. I would have done this yesterday. I guess I'm a day late and a dollar short, but I just got my voice back this morning. So let's go through it, and yeah, let's talk about it. So it picks up right where episode 2 left off. Norman Osborn says, "I know you're Spider-Man," but in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man episode 3, Norman invites Peter to dinner, confirming he knows he's Spider-Man. Peter initially tries to tell Norman that his security team may have been playing a trick on him, and that he's not actually Spider-Man. However, Norman has irrefutable evidence, as the footage is on his private cameras that no one else has access to. He also says that Peter would have been better off saying that he and Spider-Man were just friends, which is a common explanation used by Peter in both the comics and the main MCU. But Norman says that he wants to help him become a better Spider-Man. Moving on, two criminals, Maria Vasquez and James Sanders, purchased mysterious tech from a robotic dumpster, and that is the weirdest sentence I've ever said in my life. But it bears the same logo as the gloves worn by Butane in the previous episode. Side note, their comic counterparts are Tarantula and Speed Demon. Moving on, Lonnie gets a call during school and asks Pearl to give him a ride home as his brother is in some sort of trouble. He shows up and his mom is in tears, telling him that a police came to the house with his brother and his brother has joined a gang. Lonnie's brother Andre is caught up in the 110th Street gang. In exchange for Andre being left alone by the gang, Lonnie joins the gang, led by Big Donovan. Offering his services to Peter as his man in the chair, Norman helps Spider-Man defeat Tarantula and Speed Demon, convincing Peter to start working with Norman as his new mentor, which is like, why? I get it, but like you just have money, you know? Not really a mentor. You're just the guy in the chair. You don't know what it takes to be a hero. In episode 4 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, Peter and Dr. Connors are working on a magnetic generator before he's called up to Norman's office. After Peter briefly meets Harry, Norman gets down to business and lays out his vision for what he believes will be a better generation of heroes compared to the current one, where a Spider-Man can essentially become the foundation for the future. Norman and Peter try several different iterations of a new suit before landing on the predominantly white costume with red and blue accents. It wasn't my favorite. It was a look, but what can I say? Offering Peter a variety of different costumes before landing on that one, Norman provides Spider-Man with suits that are seemingly inspired by Thor, Wasp, and even a darker black wingsuit that feels like a funny Batman reference. Even with Peter using a deeper voice, I found it humorous. However, none of these new costumes worked for Peter, and Norman couldn't help but agree. That said, all three suits were actual alternative identities Peter Parker donned in the 1998 Identity Crisis event when the comics Norman put a large bounty on Spider-Man's head, forcing Peter to assume new masks and new mantles. I thought that was pretty cool. Lonnie gets caught between the 110th Street Gang and their rivals, the Scorpions, led by Camilla Black and Mac Gargan. Whew, these last names, man. I'll try, but I'm worried. Dmitry Smerdakov, Mikhail Sistovichik, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and Roxana Volkov are caught and arrested while their partner, another one, Mila Masaryk. One thing to know about me, if you don't know, I am the worst with names. Pronouncing names is my downfall, my Achilles heel. So I tried my best, and I am so sorry if I offended anyone. They all escaped to purchase high-tech weaponry from none other than Otto Octavius, Dr. Octopus. These villains do have comic counterparts. Dimitri is Chameleon, Mikhail is Rhino's father, Mila is Unicorn, So that was kind of cool. Moving on, Harry Osborn discovers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and it was only a matter of time, but also I did not see that coming, so now it's a family thing. In Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Episode 5, it's confirmed that Otto is selling his inventions to criminals, wanting recognition for his work and believing he's as smart as Tony Stark, Bruce Banner, or Norman Osborn. He came off super bitter here. He gave me the mad scientist vibes that I really liked in Devil's Reign, that event. So if you haven't read that, definitely check it out. But I liked how they handled him, but he came off so bitter. It's not that serious. Norman decides to make Harry an official part of Team Spider-Man to serve as Peter's dude at the desk when Norman is unavailable. So that was nice. It's nice to see Norman and Harry actually have like a pretty good relationship. Lonnie is struggling to make it to football practice due to his time with the 1/10. It's already taking a beating on him. It's kind of rough to watch, to be honest. But on a lighter note, Harry and Peter start bonding and becoming friends, so there's that. Moving on, as the Unicorn, Mila breaks her fellow Russian thugs out, but Spider-Man arrives. Mikhail is the only one who stays with Mila. Meanwhile, the 110th brawls with the Scorpions, and Lonnie saves Big Donovan's life by taking a stab to the arm. So, there's that. I guess our boy's moving up in some ways. Spider-Man saves Mikhail when the Unicorn uses him as bait, prompting Mikhail, aka the Rhino, to take Mila's helmet and spare Spider-Man's life before both he and Mila are arrested. Moving on to, from all of that craziness, we then see Nico was hoping to see a movie with just Peter, but Peter invited Harry to come along as well. There's also something else I want to mention about Nico in this episode. So in this episode, it's revealed that Nico is a foster child. But if you look in her room in the back area, you'll see a picture, what looks like her parents. I'm hoping we get more into her runaway side. I think that'd be pretty cool. And another thing she did that I clocked, she made a little dig at Harry Osborn, and it feels like it could have been a subtle reference to James Franco, who played both Harry Osborn in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy and the titular lead in 2013's Oz the Great and Powerful. So there was that too. So our last little bit, impressed by his bravery and saving his life, Big Donovan gives Lonnie the new nickname Tombstone. My only issue with this is that I feel like they're moving Lonnie really quickly into the Tombstone role. Like, it feels kind of rushed. An episode ago, he was the big man on campus at the school. He's the jock, the most popular guy. He just got an A on his test with Peter. His relationship with Pearl is flourishing, and now he's missing football practice. He has a new nickname, Tombstone, which is his counter comic part. It just feels very quick to me. That's really it. But the rest of it, I'd say that this show is getting better and better as it goes on, which I do like. I really like that. I was excited for the show, but I still had my, not doubts, but my reservations. Just because we didn't know much about it, which I think is a fair thing. It's fair to be a little, not concerned, well, concerned. But I think there was a lot of good stuff that came out of these 3 episodes. I will say, them dropping 3 episodes at once, while I like it, is exhausting for someone who creates content about it. But we did get a lot of interesting little tidbits in it. Like, a few things were mentioned in these episodes that I really liked. The Sokovia Accords. Nico mentions to Peter about Iron Man and Captain America's Civil War. And she opens about her to struggle and deciding what is right. I thought that was kind of cool. There's a few things, like when Peter visits Norman Osborn's office and a picture of Norman with Wakanda's King T'Chaka, T'Challa's father. That was unsuspecting, but I liked it. We also saw a picture of Harry Osborn with Marvel K-pop superhero Luna Snow. which I believe is going to be in the next run by Jason Lowe. It's a Concert of Champions, which will have Spider-Gwen, Dazzler, Luna Snow, a whole bunch of them. So keep an eye out for that. There's also some like pretty deep moments in this, like Peter using his Uncle Ben's camera, which kind of was a reference to Spider-Man's original day job in the comics as the photographer for the Daily Bugle. So we got some pretty great stuff, I'd say. Even the Tracksuit Mafia from the Hawkeye series is mentioned by Roxana Volkov. Like there was quite a few things, like Don't Tell Aunt May, which is so Peter Parker. But I'm kind of just rambling on at this point. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see what next week brings. This was actually really hard to go through all this when you're sick. There's just so much happened in 3 episodes. I really wish it was 1 per week. But that's just me being spoiled, I guess. I like them. I think they're getting better and better with every episode. I'm excited, like I said, to see what happens next week. It's a lot of stuff that just you didn't expect. Like when they said Norman Osborn was going to be in the show, I was like, oh, there's that beef between those two. But no, that's not the route they're going. And I dig that. I like that it's different because a lot of these things we've already seen so many times. So it's different. I still like the animation, the voice acting cast. The cast is doing a great job. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What episode did you like the most? And what do you think is going to happen next? Because I honestly have no idea. So, thank you for tuning in. And thanks for listening to my rambling there. I'm not even sure half of the things I said. So, let me know in the comments. You can follow me everywhere at Vigilante Vibes Podcast. Have a marvelous day.